Okay guys, I got a smattering of mail and it distracted me, and I did the review for this double-sided dies with the daffodil. It's the auto delivery, auto ship for the double-sided dies from Crafter's Companion through HSN. But it's really cute. I like this one. This one is a winner in my book. I like it. I think it's cute. It's a good size. But let me put that to the side. So we've been moving along with our little boxes. We have the bonbon box with my little boo-boo. We have the trinket box. I'm liking this more and more every time I look at it. It's so cute. It's really sturdy, especially with all those different layers. If you do the box layer, obviously the box, the blackout layer plus the little topper, it's really sturdy. This feels sturdy anyway because it has really 4 layers of box bottom. And then all I did was just put the little cage look on there. And this one was the simplest one, easiest one, and in a way, it's kind of interesting. I was just realizing they didn't have a decoration for this top part. They normally do that for all their things. They'll have another piece here, and they did not this time. So this one is the least impressive right now because all I did was just cut into it just so you can see what that looks like. And I said you could put your little toy or pet lizard, should I say, in there as a gift for someone that you love. So there's that. And today we're going to work on the last one that I have is the Honeycomb Favor box. And this one's really cute. This is the one I have most like heartburn about because all these little areas that are kind of gabled here, or whatever you want to call it, we have to fold that and we have to do it very carefully. It is big enough to fit on your Anna Griffin regular Empress plate, as you can see. Basically notch there. The only thing that's a bummer about that, like I said, is that her magnetic mat is not wide enough to go to the very edges. So I'm gonna have to work that out. Maybe that I have to put the magnetic mat, let it go through, and then move it over and run it through again. If anything, I'll probably make sure it touches these corners here, this edge. And this part right here, I'm sure is a straight line. I'm not gonna be too bothered if I have to cut that myself. Or, again, if you have the big Gemini or the extended cutting plates, which I do have, and I have them here, you can use that. So I just wanted to use the smaller, because most of the time people do not have the extended cutting plates. They're like $60 between, you know, Anna Griffin ones and the Crafter's Companion ones. But if you have a big Gemini, you already have those plates. Let me see how far. Maybe it could be that I need the whole Gemini, the big plates. Let me see. Yeah, this is kind of a lot to be sticking out, and I'll just say you can't even run it through. So sorry for getting your hopes up. I wanted to use this. It just does not work. The piece that was covered up was important. So I do have my extended cutting plates here from the last tutorial. So it looks like this guy and the box carton, the what do they call that one? I forgot. Something carton is what the name of that one is. Need your bigger machines or bigger plates, okay? And then this guy still needs a bigger machine, but you can do it on the Empress, the regular plates. What I mean is you need large plates for those other two. And then the only one that's the trinket box is the one that can cut out on the Gemini Junior. So let's be careful with removing this. I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do, obviously we need 2 of this piece, and then I'm going to cut out the bottom part to be cute. And I'm going to leave this top area just with nothing on it, kind of like this. So it's going to be decorated down here, but nothing decorative up here, just to make it a little bit quicker, and we've already seen how to do that. So, again, extended cutting plates. I have this darker kind of yellow color that I just use on that daffodil paper, so I just cut a piece off. So I'm going to use this, run it through my machine with the... I am going to use the metal plate. Let me show you real quick, because I need this to get embossed. And I don't want to miss it, so I'm going to give it a little more pressure, but not the rubber embossing mat. So I'm going to go... Hey, this thing still has papers from before. Okay, so I'm going to go large Empress cutting plate, my paper, my die face down, cutting into the paper. These guys are stuck together, but it's basically the metal shim and my magnetic mat that just always want to stick together. Put that down, and it even picked up the die. I have to make sure that's centered on here. Oh, look at that. It always does, it wants to suck up your die, and then it moves it off your paper. Let me move this over. Okay, so I have it pretty much where I want it to be. Just making sure my paper is going to be on there. All right, and then other cutting plate, and I'm going to run this through the machine. I'm going to do it twice for both pieces of paper because we need it cut out twice, and I'll be right back. Wow, that cut really well, and it embossed really well, so hopefully, let me see if I can get some better lighting. Hopefully it doesn't cut all the way through, but look how it kind of warped the paper just a little bit. But I did want that pressure, again, to get that really nice embossing there, especially those score lines, because those are going to be important to be really well done so we can do this easier. So this last part, I can either put them all on this large, you know, my large plates, but basically I'm going to cut these bottom pieces out just like I've done in the last, you know, couple videos, or a combination of. I'm going to use this one because I think it's cute, the little dashes, I don't know, just, I like it. It looks floral to me. This one's cute because it also, with that, it has like a lot of little floral items that they would probably sell on their own as like, you know, dies for little flowers. So it's really cute. I like what's on this set. I have plenty of things that look like that, but I'm happy to have it. Now I can run this through again, my Anna Griffin, the mini Empress that I have sitting next to me, but only because I only have one anyway, so I'm going to run them through one at a time, regardless, you know. So maybe I'll use that. But basically what I'm going to do is I want to cut this out with this pattern. So if I have these yellow pieces, let me just cut a strip off of here. Is my mini still on? No, it's plugged in, so that's good enough. We're going to take, I'm not cutting into this plate. I haven't cut into it yet. I'm not going to. So we'll put that to the side. Put my paper down. And then I'm going to also cut out just this guy in purple paper, okay? So this is gonna be a background for this cute decorative thing that we're gonna cut out right now. But right now we're just gonna do this guy. I need 6 of them actually, now that I think about it, because there's 6 sides on that thing. So we need to cut out 6 of them, and I'll cut out 6 purple ones of just that outer square or rhombus shape. And I'll be back once that's all cut up. I'm just gonna, there it goes. Every time that magnetic mat just like wants to move your stuff. Let me get that going. And I do have the metal shim in there because if I recall in the last video, it needed a little more pressure to really cut those bits. Look at that. They're already just popped out and looking perfect. So I'll cut out 6 of these. And then I'm going to cut out 6 of just this outer piece without that inner decoration of purple paper, and we'll be right back. Just want to show you guys these purple pieces. I was able to do 3 at a time because the dies are exactly the same, right, for those 3, and they always give you a few extra just so you can cut them more than once. So all these outer dies are exactly the same. So I was able to just, in 2 passes, get all those other 6 little dies cut out. I quick mention, I was like, oh, I'm never going to cut into this. I totally cut into it. I forgot. I was like, ah! So that's okay. Let me put this stuff over here and put these back on their little tray so I don't lose my pieces. Okay, so we have all our main pieces here. And let's see if I can do this. Actually, I think I'm going to have to take a little quick break because I did not clean out all of these little bits. But basically, I'll show you from one that... So what happened is, as I was working with them, I wasn't cleaning out my die. And by that, I was scrubbing out those little bits that were staying in the die. And that does mess up your cutting a little bit because the paper that's in there isn't allowing this to push up into it, right? Or the die push into this paper as well. So you should definitely clean them out. I was just being lazy, especially with these little tiny things. You need to cut that out. But this is the first one we did that cut out like butter because it was nice and clean. Look at that. And then these guys I was letting pile up. It's like, no, So real quick before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and put these together just so that they can start drying and doing what they need to do. So we're just going to layer this up. And again, whatever you like to use for little pieces like this, use that. I'm just going to run through here with my tacky glue and wherever else it might want to stay. And I'm just going to layer these guys up. After I clean out those other ones, it's going to take me a little minute. And just get these ready to go, ready to decorate the box with, okay? Okay, so that took the longest amount of time than anything. Oh my gosh, I'm starving. But okay, so let's see. I'm just going to start folding this thing on all the different sides. I have a feeling, even though that pops out here, right? Because obviously you're making the box, so everything's going to be turned inwards. I have a feeling that this one has to go out, but let's just get our tabs in. So obviously this is going to go in. Some of these might go out when the other pieces go in, but right now it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to say is this part, let's start with the bottom. Like now that it creased really nice, look at that. all I had to do was push it and it creased super nice. So just know that on this guy, if you had a little more pressure, that these guys would have maybe bent a little bit easier. Because for this one, all I'm doing is applying pressure and it just caves right where it needs to. So that's awesome. That's really great. Again, it just needed that good amount of pressure to get those embossing lines, those score lines really pressed there. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one and I will be right back. Just folding again everything on the lines that where I think it needs to be folded. And I'll be right back. I had a little trouble with one. I don't know, this one didn't want to fold right, but there we go. So it's gonna be something like this, and then we'll deal with those top bits in a minute. Now this part is kind of tricky because it has these little sections. So yeah, you can fold them in like this and then get the other one, but I always like to look pretty on the inside, and I don't know how you're gonna do that. So I would rather keep these little bits inside than outside, but ooh, here we go. That's how we're gonna do it. All right, that way we only have one line in the underneath, okay? So hopefully this makes sense to you guys, but I'm just going to glue this stuff. I don't know what's going on with these tabs. I'm just putting glue because I don't know how they come in here. This one can come in and this one can come in. And basically we need that bottom to help us out. See how this has a shape to it already? So let's use that as a guideline. And I'm just gonna hold this until it's more dry, and then we could just do both of them just like this, but then when you come to bring this piece in, this piece, I want that to end up on the outside. So we kind of have to leave that flap open for now. So let me just hold this one until it's a little more dry and then we'll get it together. Guys, let's see where we're at here. Okay, so we have that. And I want this to be on the inside in here. And then this last flap to end up on the outside. So this is a little tricky, right? I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'll have to stick this down, you know, and then bring these pieces in. That's probably a good way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little glue here on this little back flap. So I'm gonna sit this on here, and hopefully you can see how they already have their own little like shape. I'm gonna hold this down for a second, then I'll show you what I mean from the bottom. But see how it kind of points here? So that's what I'm lining up. So from the bottom, it's all one piece with the same shape, okay? And it looks like we need a little bit of glue down under there. And then we're gonna glue these flaps down. So I'm gonna put glue on the flaps because like I said, it's hard to tell where this ends up. And bring these guys in. I'll leave that one underneath. And again, just trying to follow the shape. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Let me try to hold it down with this. Just following the shape of the contours of the base. Let me see what it looks like from underneath. Yep, pretty good from the sides. It looks like this one needs to come out a little bit to meet up with the side. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm kind of trying to push it out towards this bottom here. A lot of glue coming out. And I guess while we're here, we got to stick these guys down. So let me put a little weight on this so that it can dry a little better. And then we're going to do the side flaps. Now, again, I don't know. I'm just putting this in what I think is logical way to glue it. But let's leave this here for a little bit of weight. And when we come back, we'll put in these side flaps, and then that should be it. We'll decorate it and all that. Okay, I'm already trying to clean up just to get ahead of myself because I am hungry. I need to finish this up so I can move on. Finish packing and all that good stuff. All right, again, like in our bonbon box, you want to get this in here. I have it kind of coming out towards me. That way it's easier for me to push this against the paper there. And again, try to get it to the edge as much as you can, but not too much. That way when this comes back in here, it needs to really hold on to that very edge, especially this part. So I'm gonna do one side and hold on to it and make sure that I'm kind of lined up the way it should be. This is scary. Ooh, this is a little bit weird because this one wants to come out in this direction, right? But then the top flap wants to come in. This is a little, there we go. So I have my nail pushing this back this way and holding that this way. Does that make sense? This one wants to come out, right? You see that little like shape, that rhombus shape coming up, but then this one needs to go in. So you kind of have to do two things at once, unless you want to just work on the bottom and then leave it alone, you know, to dry and then do the top part. You don't have to do what I'm doing here, but trying to just get it done. Move that open a little bit. See, just that little bit that I opened this part wants to undo. So I'm gonna hold on to it and I'm gonna do the exact same thing for this other flap. Just put the glue, hold this one, kind of push it out a little bit, and hold this one against that top flap, and we'll put our little decorations on and we're done. I'm just walking around watching TV and new stuff, holding on to that. This part was a little bit more persnickety because I didn't get this perfectly in. You see how it's off a little bit? So just always check your bottom. I thought I checked it pretty well, but this one sticking out a little more than I would like, and maybe I could still adjust that. But I didn't, so I don't know. Okay. So last thing we're gonna do is add on our little decorative pieces. So these are nice and flat. I don't have to like, I know with the other ones I was kind of curving them or doing something different if I had to. But these are pretty flat. I'm just gonna put them down on all 6 sides. And I will be right back. Once that's nice and dry, I am gonna hold them down because I do like them to be flat, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, especially with this tacky glue, it kind of gets a little too moist. So you wanna really hold them down so they don't start warping too much. Okay, so this thing feels really wet still just because, you know, the moisture of the glue gets through there. But once it dries, then it feels really firm. So I'm going to keep, obviously, pressing them down just to make sure they're nice and flat. But for now, this is what we get to do, is squish this in. It's always this first training part that makes it a little kind of annoying. But this was like the one I was looking forward to the most. And to be honest, I don't even know if I like it the best. But we'll see. Okay, so basically those things all need to clip into this little guy, right? So let's bring these guys together, or at least try to. Oh my gosh. How? Okay, let's hold this here and then just bring these guys over one at a time. That's probably the best thing to do until it gets trained to do what it's doing, right? So there's one, almost all the way down, not quite. And let's bring this guy over. 2. Now I have a little more weight behind it. I can kind of push this down. Basically, this should snap up into the spot, so I know it's not pushed all the way in yet. All right, 3. Let's make 3 the next one. Eesh. Again, trying to keep it rounded. My goodness. I don't want to end up ripping this. Oh my goodness. That one's really tight. Okay, let's try to go in for number 4. I don't know why this one's not folding the way it should. Hold on. There we go. Now it popped in. It's super cute. It's just, like I said, once you get it trained, then you'll have a better grip on this. Oh, that handle's getting destroyed. Okay, hold on. 4. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should make sure each one got in there nicer before I continued on to the next one, because this is like, ooh. And that's my fault for not, you know, making sure each one goes all the way down. I'm going to pull this with my teeth. I know that's dumb. I needed something to give me some oomph here. And my teeth was the trick. Okay, look, it's all chweck. Okay, I don't know why it's like crooked that way, but okay, it is. Super cute. Very, very cute. Very not super easy to work with. Maybe we have to kind of train this a little bit. There we go. There we go. I just had to pull this one more this way. Because as you're looking at it, you can kind of see if something's seated right or not. And I had a feeling this one was pushed too in, so I just pulled it out. It snapped in. Now, this is completely destroyed on the side here, but like I said, maybe go around, really tuck the one in all the way down to the base, tuck the next one in all the way down to the base, do adjustments as you go along. But my goodness, how adorable is this? Now, let's see. This will be... I don't know how to measure this for you guys. From one side to the other is about 3 inches. So the base, but then it kind of comes out a little bit here. And it is about 3 inches tall. Super cute. Now how is it 3 inches here, but it's just the height, right? Like do. I saw a comedian say, she was talking about how how confident she is. I'm so confident. She says, I will measure a whatever, something on one side of the room with my hands like this, and I'll walk to the other side of the room to see if it fits, you know? And I'm like, that's so funny because I do stuff like that. I'll measure something, I'm like, okay, it's about like this, and then I go to move, and like your hands are gonna move. So by the time you get to the next spot or wherever it was that you're trying to measure, it's, you know, it just doesn't work. But we do it anyway, don't we? We like have to do that. I don't know. But this is very cute. Very, very cute. So, that was the series, guys. Hopefully you will watch them all. I know this is probably the weakest one that I did. Now I look at it, it looks so sad, just with nothing. But I just wanted to show you how it looks like more of a birdcage type thing if you just cut right into the box. But the rest of them have a little more going on. This is the one I probably went all out because I did all the layers. This one, again, you also have the little decorative layers that go on this bit, which would be really pretty too. I just wanted to make it simple. But how cute is that? You know what? This is a cute one. Like, if you had something little in there, you can hang it on your Christmas tree. Like, just the shape of it and everything is really cute. This one seems bigger, even though they're about the same size. But I don't know why this one looks more like a Christmas tree thing that you can hang than like this one. But this is also adorable. I'm so sad I cut that piece, but it works, and it works great, and it looks a lot. When I put it together, it came together easier than the 4 flaps of this one. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that helps you out. Definitely keep an eye out for these to go lower in price. You know they're going to, so I don't know if it's a rush for anybody to run to get them, but I know these just came out. They're adorable. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.